All right, so up next we got Un Jung versus, there's a few fighters on this card who I've never seen a more accurate representation of their nickname, but this is one of them. Smiling Sam Alvey. This guy looks like he could get his face beaten in and still get up grinning.
Yeah, and it's like, what kind of grin, right? Like crazy man grin, like the Joker in Batman. Like, are you going to get up and say, you give me more? Or are you just like, hey, this is my life. I chose it. Let's keep going.
He definitely seems like that type of guy.
And you're 100% right. That is who he is. I mean, I don't even want to go over his record so much because he's just been in the UFC for so long. I do think he's a paycheck fighter in the idea that he knows deep down that he's not going to be getting, championship fights or anything like that. But for a guy like this, fighting for bonuses, fighting for a steady paycheck, like that's a proper living. And I mean, the one thing I want to say about him in this fight is use the wrestling. You come from Team Quest. Do you remember Dan Henderson? American wrestler, such a big, so he kind of originates from that long line of, American fighters making their way around Japan and all these things, and who excelled in the wrestling game. It really makes you wonder if he's not going to do what Smiling Sam Alvey loves to do, and that's stand there and trade for days. Now, you're going to love this guy. Jung just throws, man. He loves throwing. He's a finisher. Yeah. Oh my God, he's an absolute finisher. Power in his hands. I mean, the Gaethje Ibrahimov fight, I would say the guy stood there and took maybe cumulatively 40 to 50 punches in 2 rounds before just like tiring the man out from punching himself out. It was just a really fun fight to watch. And I think from a props perspective, from a bonus perspective, I think these guys are very much in line for a fight night bonus. There's a lot of fights like that, which is what makes it so interesting and fun. But, Sam Alvey just split decision loss to Ryan Spann. I mean, I just don't see much from him in terms of, wanting to get better. So his only tail of the tape here would be use the wrestling, try to get this guy down, tire him out. By the 3rd round, his power doesn't really look like it should be what it is. I mean, because he kind of fades himself out in the first couple rounds. But again, he's very technical. He's got power for days. And I think Smiling Sam Alvey kind of keeps his chin out a little bit sometimes. And it's the kind of guy you don't want to do that with because he seems to take advantage really, really, really well. And, like, his only 2 losses were more than 5 years ago, and he's never been knocked out. So in terms of a bad fight...
So I was just going to say, in terms of a little foreshadowing there, we like to look for odds on dudes where we're watching a fight and we're like, this guy isn't minus 300. He's not minus 400. Like, these two are a lot closer. And to just do a little foreshadowing here, it seems like this is going to be one of those fights where maybe we have that view, but in the end, the minus 400 is still going to prevail, even though he may not be a minus 400 visually. In terms of the difference between quality of fighters, it looks like that Un Jung is going to kind of solidify his response there and pull out the win.
So wait, did you just tell me that he's a minus 400?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Why'd you ruin that for me? I was looking forward to that.
Why can't that be your reaction?
I'm a little...
That was as genuine as it gets.
I'm a little disappointed.
So what were you hoping there?
No. You didn't let me guess because I was going to guess that. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, man. I mean, I didn't mean to disappoint you, but my excitement was there. So given that theory, do you think this will be a fight where there will be a visible mismatch and we're watching a minus 400 fighter?
Yes. That's why I wanted to guess. That's why I'm angry. That's why I think that I wish I heard that line and I guessed it. It would have made me feel good. But I think Alvey has 0 chance. I think unless he uses the wrestling, he does not have the power to knock this guy out early, I don't think. And it's just weird because I've seen him rocked, but I just haven't seen him lose. But he's been nailed. And that's the thing. You go back to the minus 400, it's like, do I just not believe in Sam Alvey that much? Maybe, which makes that maybe a biased bet. So, the wrestling and maybe that lucky punch factor maybe makes him better than a minus 400. I think that's what we're going to have to wait and see.
Okay.